In this video, we will be studying the rules for constructing graph. There are various rules that you should consider while constructing the graph. Number one is heading. A heading should be definitely given to the graph that is for what the graph is being made. So the heading must be self-explanatory. Second is the choice of scale. Are you taking the graph on the scale of 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter? One should fix an appropriate scale on which data should be presented. An appropriate scale is the one by which the entire data can easily represent by the graph. Let's suppose we have from 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60. So we take the scale of 20, 20, 20, right? So this is the choice of scale. Proportion of axis, which means that the length of x-axis on the graph paper should be 1.5 times the length of the y-axis. If the length of the y-axis is 1, then the length of x-axis should be 1.5. Fourth is method of plotting the points. See, when you plot the point, you plot it with the correspondent variable. Let's suppose 5 students have obtained the marks from 0 to 10. So from 0 to 10, what you do, you plot 5. So that is the method of plotting the point. Fifth is your lines of different type. In order to make the difference in between the various lines, you can use the different types of line, that is the hash line or the dotted line, right? Or the straight line. You can also bold the line. So you can use different line to give the different methods on the graph. Sixth goes your table of data. It would be useful to give the table of data along with the graph of the data. This helps verification of the graph. See, what we do we are given with the table and we draw the graph. So they are saying if you are drawing the graph, so you should also mention the table of the data. Use of false line. Now what happens? See, let's suppose there are 35 tons of sugar is determined in 2012. 35,200 is determined in 2013 and 35,800 is determined in 2014. Now, if you start your graph from 0 direct to 35,000, if you plot from 0 to direct 35,000, it will be considered very wrong. But if you take the scale of 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 and then you go to 35,000, which also will utilize a lot of space, which is another useless thing. So what you do in this way, you kink the graph or take a small gap. That is, if you have to draw on y-axis this sugar, what you do from 0 to this, you will take a gap, and then from this gap you start drawing it from 35,000. Right? So this difference is due to that. This difference we include all. If we are taking it on the scale of 500, 500,000. So this difference is from the 1,000 to 35,000, and then we start from 35,000, 35,500. So in this way we make a kink or we give the gap. 8. To draw a line or curve. In the previous video we have studied about the polygon, we have studied about the frequency curve. So we should mark different points on the graph paper corresponding to different values of the series. These points are joined to make a line or a graph. So the joining line must be uniform throughout its length. It should not be different thickness at its different points. If you are drawing a line, it should be with the same thickness. It should not be like you are drawing a line here and then you are taking such a thick line here, right? And then you are taking a small line and you are joining the graph. No, this is not the way. Only the similar thickness line you should draw in order to join the points or to draw the line. I hope you have understood the rules for constructing a graph. Do download our Scholars Learning app and enjoy the learning experience with us.